This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Bridge Storage and Art Space. Located in Richmond, California, they provide workshops, studio space, and self-storage for all your creative needs. Bridge Storage and Art Space, a catalyst for community building and the arts in Richmond, California.
Mic check, 1, 2. Thank you, everybody, for listening to The Voice Party. We got a very special guest today here. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Yo, what up? My name is Chito Floriano. I'm a Richmond artist and entrepreneur. Thank you for having me today. Appreciate that.
Thank you for taking time, man. I know you're a busy guy.
Oh, man.
Do a lot. You're into a lot of different things. Like you were mentioning what you do, but the list goes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All around entrepreneur.
Yes, absolutely. I'm always learning, always staying occupied for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Especially now with this whole pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of like the hustle is coming out of people during this because everything we were used to is closed. The way the world was is no more, and it may never come back.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. So it can be a blessing to some,
a curse to others.
and a curse to others, but that blessing, can bleed over to others. So it seems like you've been busy,
Yeah,
a lot,
absolutely.
and you want to talk about some of those things that you've been involved with?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this year, to begin with, at the beginning of the pandemic, I started my health journey. So that's kind of been at the forefront of what I've been focused on.
Perfect timing, huh?
Perfect timing, right? Yeah. The whole pandemic just switched my whole perspective on just health, you know what I'm saying? Because, there's this new virus, and I didn't want to get sick. And I know people who usually get sick, are obviously like unhealthy and don't take care of themselves and don't boost their immune system. So I took matters into my hand and began to actually become vegan. So I no longer eat any meat. So a Mexican not eating meat.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Yeah.
You already know how that is. But I've lost 60 plus pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, since the beginning of the pandemic. I'm feeling great. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm taking my supplements, my chlorophyll, my elderberry, my zinc, all that. So that's kind of been my new endeavor this year. Yeah, that I've been going full force with.
Good thing you started young.
Yeah. Once you get to 30, it gets harder.
It gets harder. That's what everyone says.
You start dying a little bit every day.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, no, but yeah, that's good, man. That's a big 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge accomplishment. Because that they say that you just added years that you probably would have missed if you would have not changed. Yeah, and also absolutely. I'm sure you feel like a different person.
No, for sure. Yeah. I feel godly, to be honest. And I just want to tap into that godly energy that I know that we all have, and that's the superhuman potential that we have. I also wanted to shout out a Richmond native who's actually been helping me with my weight loss journey as well. His name is Johnny. He owns a boxing gym called Johnny's
Rocket Academy.
Rocket Academy, boxing academy.
Yeah. I was about to say, I know Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, you know Johnny Rocket?
Rockets.
Oh, yeah. No, but he goes by Johnny the Rocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to him, man. He's been doing personal training with me one-on-one for the last month and a half. So I'm trying to take it to the next level with him.
So you gotta leave.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get in there,
Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing it for a while, huh?
Yeah, he has. I know he's opened up that space. It's probably on his second year now, but he's been doing work in the community, like at Richmond Powell, and he was also working at a gym called Omni Movement. Shout out Johnny, man. He a real boy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met him, but I know a lot of his students, and he's young. He's young, and he's got his boxing gym, and I've seen his video. He knows what he's doing.
I know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very knowledgeable.
For sure, man. That's awesome. You started doing that when the pandemic started?
Actually, I started that recently, which was probably about a month ago. But yeah, just helping me to get to the next level in terms of really transforming my body.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then aside from the health aspect of, I'll say this because long time ago I did boxing, obviously a long time ago. A whole other human ago. I did boxing, and I'll say this, and I think you talked about the different knowledges there is. There's a knowledge you get when you learn any kind of combat sports, and then artistic knowledge. And it seems like you were already on that artistic, thing, and now you're picking up a whole other set. So it's like,
yeah, it's just everywhere. My mind's just, it's always constantly, you know, racing and learning. And, you know, I haven't picked up a self-defense or a combat training like boxing.
Yeah.
So I was like, why not give it a try, and why not, you know, work with a Richmond native who knows what he's doing. So, yeah, I'm excited.
That's good,
Hopefully, if Corona, you know, clears up, which I don't really think it is. I don't know. We can have a conversation about that, but
whatever.
We can talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have a fight like this summer. You know, I'm trying
nice.
to train for this summer. Yeah, just first amateur fight.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you know, that's something that I did in my lifetime. You know.
Yeah.
Are fights happening right now?
I don't think. I mean, I know like on a national level, professionally they are, but I don't know.
Like
about
Joe Rogan
amateur.
bought a whole island so he could have
Just box?
Or no, it's not Joe Rogan. Dana White.
Yeah.
Throughout a whole Fighters Island.
Yeah.
So they got fucking Mortal Kombat tournaments going on. Over there.
Jeez.
Just so we could like.
So they'll know COVID testing.
Yeah. Oh
Jesus.
Bypassing everything.
wow. He's the Jeffrey Epstein of fights.
Oh wow.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I said it.
No, yeah. So you want to have your first amateur? This guy. That's horrible.
Yeah, and I wanted to be on Fighters Island.
it
So
is.
Dana White, if you watching this, hey, holla at your boy.
Can find a couple motherfuckers in Richmond. There's a lot of fighters in Richmond, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, damn, Richmond.
Yeah, they're called residents.
Yeah. What weight are you going to be fighting at?
I'm weighing in right now at like 199, so I guess it'd be heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That's
so
yeah.
it's pretty
Man,
up
you
there.
could have you sparred with Jasper? He's the other Richmond boxer. He's a light heavyweight.
No, I haven't even got into sparring yet. So
Okay.
Yeah, I maybe sparred like one time.
Okay.
But yeah, not so much.
I remember I sparred this dude who he said he had sparred with a guy with what's his name? Andre Ward.
What?
A long time ago.
That's
and
crazy.
that's when I thought, I might have a future here. Then I felt those first hits like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it gets real.
You ever hear when plywood lands on his shell? That's what his fucking hits felt like. Like, oh.
Did you hear the Rocky score at all?
Yeah,
Getting your ass beat?
No, it was a fucking massacre. I was like, okay, yeah.
You heard it
takes
until that first hit.
Yeah, all of my oxygen in my fucking gut just like, yeah, no, it's
brutal.
It's a
It can get brutal in there.
Yeah, it's like they say, you don't play boxing.
No, exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's what they said with what's his name? Logan Paul's fight, right? With,
Yeah.
I forget his name, but
yeah.
knocked him out cold. That was crazy. Can't
Were
play
you-
boxing.
Were you a fan of boxing before you started?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's just I think just is Mexican culture, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, everyone's always gonna tune into the fight, you know, pay-per-view, and
Every
you know,
fight.
watch every single fight that comes on. So
And
I've been around it.
Every generation has a boxer.
Yeah.
Because you know, I remember growing up watching like the late Chavez, and then we would watch De La Hoya.
Yep.
And then
Now it's what Canelo.
Canelo now.
Yep.
Jaime Munguia is coming up in that, and it's crazy because like did you ever do that? Because you're on your Mexican side.
Yeah.
We'll just watch boxing.
Oh yeah. All those guys you named, we watched.
Yeah. And it's like we're not violent, but you know.
We like sports.
We like sport.
Yeah.
Well, would you consider boxing a sport though?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like it's different than like
It is different, yeah.
It's like in other sports, if you hit the guy, if you get mad, hey, you're out of the game. You can't play here no more. Here, you're purposely doing that shit. That's why I don't like.
I never believed like completely when boxers get mad and like they're about to. It's like, come on, like you're selling pay-per-view.
Nah, I wouldn't. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Was that Robin Williams joke when he was talking about people who are like, oh, I watch boxing for the sport. Oh, right. And I watch NASCAR to see people make left turns all day.
Yeah, right. You want spectacle. You want spectacle for sure. Do you because heavyweight's gonna be a hard one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those dudes are.
I'm sure they're probably hella taller than me.
Yeah.
But
Fuck it.
Shit, fuck
hey,
it, yeah.
When do you want to do it for this summer?
Yeah, summer 2021. That's the goal. That's what Johnny said. He said if I train my ass off, I could for sure line that up.
Oh damn.
If it's possible, if the guidelines allow us, but we'll see.
If COVID doesn't end by the summertime, which you say it is, because
it's gonna
A
end.
couple more weeks, everything will be back to normal.
We will have vaccines. 2 weeks.
I mean, that's what you said in the beginning
Yeah, you fucking said that the 2 weeks in to COVID.
It's gonna be over.
It's gonna be over 3 weeks.
Okay.
6
I know
months
you
later.
didn't listen to the Flat Earth podcast I shared with you. They brought up some good points. If you stop testing people, there will be 0 cases and the pandemic will be over. Like that's how you stop things. You just stop testing.
Stop
people.
looking at it.
It makes sense.
If a
The
tree,
views
you can't
and
follow the
opinions
logic.
expressed are not necessarily those of all the members of the Voice Party.
They saw the disclaimer at the beginning of the episode.
this is
okay?
sarcasm,
You don't-
ladies and gentlemen. This is sarcasm. We don't want any of these flat earthers coming to listen to the show and then send you death
It's all
threats.
about control.
Listeners are listeners.
It's easier to control
Viewers
us
and
if they,
viewers will.
Oh, yeah, whatever. All right.
It's easier for them to control us if we think we live on a ball, dude.
Hey, if some flat earthers want to come on the show, we'd love to have you.
No, yeah, for sure. But no, not really. Hey, we're trying
The
to
Flat Earth
nurture-
Society has members all around the
Let
globe.
Joe Rogan do that, all right? Fucking-
Oh, okay. JD is actually drawing a line in the sand on who can come on the show. I hear you. No.
no, I'm just kidding. Hey, we talk to everybody about everything this time.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We do.
Hey, speaking of changing the subject, let's fucking segue. This is gonna be the weirdest segue. You like beekeeping?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Save the planet Earth and save the bees. You know what I'm saying?
The round planet Earth.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, now you're gonna mock me.
I'm sorry. No, but hey, you're into beekeeping.
Yeah.
I did a little research about you, like I said, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my girlfriend at the time, she actually introduced me to beekeeping, and we were doing it right here off of 23rd at my grandma's house. So we had a beehive there, and you know, she taught me the importance of bees and their role in the environment, and you know how important they are, and how they're getting actually killed off just due to like pesticides and not enough pollinator plants for them. So, yeah, she taught me a lot about bees. Right now, I don't have my personal hive, but at Urban Tilth, we do have hives there, and we're hoping to expand and get our own little bee garden and stuff over there. So
I had some honey from Urban Tilth.
From Urban Tilth,
and it's I didn't know that I thought just honey whatever before I really knew about it.
Yeah.
I usually suffer from allergies a lot. And I got some bee honey from Urban Tilth, and I know those are all local bees, so a lot of the pollen's in there.
Right. It's amazing, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I know the reason I brought that up is because I know a lot of vegans that like just stay away from anything animal. But when it comes to honey and bees, it's like, hold on there.
Yeah, right.
Because we need the pollinators.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to like absolutely no animal products, like that's where bees are
considered the insect. Yeah, I guess I'm 98% vegan.
No,
I'm not a super diehard vegan.
I would still consider you vegan if you had honey, because it's
an animal byproduct. It's made by an animal. You're not supposed to eat.
They seem to be enjoying making that shit, right?
Insects, animals.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, what the
part of insects are a part of the class of Animalia, my friend.
Oh, it's humans, and then everything else is an animal, right?
Well, I mean,
We're animals too.
Our insects, animals, our planet's round. Come on.
Yeah.
dear Lord. Yes, insects are a class of animal. They're like the low end. But yeah, insects are animals.
Yep.
Amoebas are animals too. They're single-celled organisms.
COVID.
So are humans animals?
Yep.
That is.
Huh?
Yep.
Is COVID an animal?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well, viruses
It's a virus.
are not.
Virus,
yeah.
virus.
There's
Isn't that
actually
life form?
there's
Yeah,
some
it's a life-
debate.
It's a life form.
Yeah.
If it's a life form, it's an animal.
It's an animal.
No, fungus,
Wait, no, never mind.
The,
Yeah, you're right.
the scientific community it can't make up its mind on whether or not viruses are actually living things. So
They disturb living things.
or animals, I should say specifically, because plants are living things, but they're not.
But going back to bees, fucking segues, guy. No,
the wheels are just falling off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to bees, like how is there? I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but is there like certain? Because the population is like hella decreased in the wild, right? Like wild, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like plants that are going to go extinct because of bees? I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Oh yeah, plenty of freaking plants are going to go to extinct because of bees.
So we're in the sixth major extinction, I think, and we've had 5 in the past, where most of the living creatures are wiped out.
Right, because we had the dinosaurs, we had the thing with Noah, and then
not the one with Noah.
that counts, bro.
No, not that one.
I mean, all the species were saved with Noah. So
Yeah, he got
that
2
doesn't
whales
count.
in his boat.
That was not an extinction. but-
Motherfucker didn't grab no dinosaurs.
Or a bee.
Or a bee.
Yeah, I think the dinosaurs were one of the
No,
last ones.
which ones are they though?
Which ones? What?
You said the 6 major extinctions were on the 6th.
We're on the 6th one.
Yeah, the
And
human
this
human
is-
extinction supposedly, right? Like
This is the fastest one. Like the rate at which animals are dying, this is faster than even when the dinosaurs died.
Oh, really?
So this goes for everything, plants, everything.
You don't think our ancestors who were like attacked by these other creatures are proud? Hey, you motherfuckers, you're winning. I'm just kidding.
No, we'll be one of the first ones to go.
I know we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, sorry, we got lost track. We do this a lot.
Oh
man.
yeah, it's all good. But bees do pollinate a lot of crops actually and fruit trees and whatnot. And they do provide a lot of assistance to farmers throughout California, to be exact. Like billions of dollars in agriculture. So like without the bees' hard work and pollinating, like we wouldn't have food. You know what I'm saying? So their role is very important. So. Save the bees.
Yeah, man. And I know there's this, there's like some, like, say vegans that they won't even eat vegetables or fruits that come from bees. Like, that's like the extreme. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Wow, no.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some vegans that are entirely willing to starve themselves.
I guess.
Right? I mean, they're talking about they want to do like cruelty free, right? But they're not thinking about the farm workers who are out there bending over and standing in the sun, fucking dehydrated and getting heat strokes, picking all the crops, right? So, what
it's
are you
like
talking about?
animal cruelty.
Free.
Yeah, animal cruelty.
What about human cruelty?
That's a step too far. Human cruelty. Well, that's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah, right.
Just capitalism.
So it's like where you draw the line, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one could argue that the farm workers are there by
choice?
If I were to be a completely cold son of a gun, I could argue they're there by choice. They don't have to be there.
Yeah,
they could be elsewhere, but they choose to be here.
They could have gone to college. No, not really.
That's where that would be an argument, like they would say, to save their ass from But speaking of that, because you work at Urban Tilth, you guys are like revolutionizing the way we see farming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing, man, because I know we've had Urban Tilth, and this thing that you talk about touches on that subject, on the cruelty of farm workers.
Yeah. So Urban Tilth is a nonprofit organization that hires and trains local residents in West Contra Costa County to help create a more sustainable and just food system. And so with us being based in Richmond, we're pretty much changing the whole diaspora of what it is to grow your own food. Yeah. I mean, we're all Richmond natives here.
I mean, most of my life I live in Pinole now. But yeah, born and raised.
Yeah, and Joaquin stares at the Richmond peasants from the porch of his mansion in El Cerrito.
Nice.
I do not live in a mansion.
Nice.
I do not live in a mansion. I live in El Cerrito. But
we feel his sneezes when he sneezes from his porch.
That's why he thinks farmers have a choice. I'm kidding.
I don't think that. I'm just saying, like, some people would argue that they choose to go and, you know what I mean, like.
No, yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, I mean, there's lots of other fields they could get into, like selling elote on the street.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah. Come on, man. We're gonna remind you of that one for the rest of the day. I'm just kidding.
But
I've been working in Richmond for a very long time. I went to high school at Kennedy.
Yeah. So we're familiar with Richmond being a food desert, right? I mean, there's a lot of foods out here, right? But in terms of just like healthy, accessible, hot, or even just better alternatives, grocery stores, there's none.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no grocery stores, huh?
Food Max, you know what I mean? Food Max is, we're thankful to have a grocery store. Thank you. But, we do want healthier alternatives. And I think it starts with also empowering the people with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? That, not all these products that we're consuming from a young age, like, are the best for us, And so with Urban Tilth, it's like really revolutionizing, not only taking ownership of the land and being a steward of the land, but also empowering people with the knowledge through education and through our volunteer days to be like, you know, you could start your own garden in your backyard to have access to healthier and fresh food, right? So
a lot of people have never had fresh fruit and vegetables, huh? Like from the ground.
Oh yeah, no,
it's crazy.
Yeah, they just get it from the store, and they probably don't even know like what the process is, you know. And Urban Tilth is there to show you that, you know, and to show you the step from A to Z and how easy it is really, and how you could do that at your home or even in the city of Richmond. And you can come out to the farm. Right now, due to COVID guidelines, it's kind of hard to get folks out on the farm, but we do have a 3-acre farm in North Richmond that is being constantly built out. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. What's to come for North Richmond Farm?
And you guys educate kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome,
we have education programs at Richmond High, Verde Elementary, as well as, like I said, volunteer days where folks can come out and actually work the land and learn a few things.
That's one of those things that's like essential. Like, I mean, we talked about that when we had Urban Tilth on, but like if you really want to be independent and not need, you know, like for example, this brought up this like COVID brought this up, you know. They talked about how like some stores are going to run out of stuff, and eventually, you know, grocery stores, and we kind of see it a little bit. Like there's certain
aisles and certain things that are like not
empty.
there, right? Yeah, empty for sure. I've seen that.
And I hope like people start looking at that, you know, once, if this is ever over or whatever, like you really got to know how to grow your own food. Like, you know, a lot of people started getting chicken coops and stuff like that because, you know, you really it's one of those things that like survival. If society just went away, you know.
Yeah, no one's gonna save you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I think a lot of people have that misconception, right, where it's like, you know, the government's gonna help us, or you know, and that's the last people who are gonna help us.
With this pandemic, I mean, in places the food supplies, like they
it's bad, right?
Yeah,
like I think I've seen pictures like in Colorado of like lines at food banks and stuff like that. Like it's pretty scary images. Like I don't know how real they are, right? But like you know, I see a food distribution line here in Richmond. You know, there's folks out here who are actually like really need the assistance, who are out here like, you know, we need the food. And obviously they're not getting the assistance that they need from the city or from the government. So if we can empower our people, our community to grow their own food, then, you know, we did our job. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. And it's happening. Like, see, you guys have been helping people out, giving them food.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have free farm stands 3 times a week. So we do it in North Richmond. We do it at Unity Park Plaza, which is like on 16th in Ohio, I believe. You guys have events there too? We have events there too. And we're passing out food. Next week, we're going to be passing out our crops that we're going to harvest and stuff. So yeah, we're always moving, always making sure we're giving back to the community, you know, that we serve.
Doing the Lord's work.
I'm just doing what I do.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I saw it because I follow the pages and see that and it really shows, man. And I think after this, like, people are gonna remember that, like, oh, who helped us out,
right?
And I've seen, you know, that you guys have been a big part of keeping people fed.
Absolutely.
And even like, you know, like even though you have an apartment, you can still grow stuff, you know, indoors, and you guys teach all that. That's brutal. Yeah. Essential, super essential to survival, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And healthier living. It's a huge difference because we grow vegetables at home too. And like I said, when you grow your own cucumbers or tomatoes, you know there's a difference, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, way different than anything you'll buy at the store. Speaking of organic stuff, I see you have your own clothing.
I do.
Line.
Yeah, I do.
Raza de Oro.
Raza de Oro. There
wearing
we go.
the hat.
Yeah,
it's a nice hat, man.
Yeah, no, it's a dope hat.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea probably like 8 years ago, to be honest. It came from a song called Raza de Oro, to be honest. And it was in this movie called El Infierno. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. It's like a crazy like narco movie.
From back in the days?
It came 80s? Out probably like, no, it came out like in 2013 or 2012 or something like that. But it was a song just talking about, being of, because it translates to the golden race. So raza de oro, and just saying like, I'm not from there, meaning like Mexico, but I'm not from here. I was kind of like destined to be here. Exactly. Yeah. So it goes back to that, right? So just like, I was like, man, that's pretty dope. Like, I want to make that into like a brand, because I want it to be a representation of not only for Mexicanos, but like for anyone who's here as like an immigrant, right? Or like we're here in the U.S. taking opportunity that we have, but not forgetting where we come from, right? So thus making us the golden race, to always remember where we come from and seizing every opportunity. But I'm focusing mostly on the Mexican people because I'm Mexican for now. But yeah, I started the company 2 years ago. I like actually formed it into like a LLC, like with the state and stuff like that, make sure like my business was solid.
Nice.
But I have yet to like print out stuff for the general public. So I've kind of just been doing like prototype stuff and like giving it out to folks. But this year I went through a whole new rebranding, got my logo redid, and I'm gonna be launching my website and stuff like that. So
nice.
Yeah.
So
awesome,
so you design
so merchandise mostly. So
clothing, all clothing.
Yeah, clothing. I have a huge vision for it, to be honest. Like I want it to be, maybe somewhat along the lines of the Voice Party. You know what I'm saying? Like if Raza de Oro can be an outlet for not only myself to design stuff, or I can get journalists to like then do like blogs on the site. You know what I'm saying? Or we can have like stories on the site representing Mexican people who are in the industry or whatever it may be.
Just be its own entity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's gonna evolve, but for now I'm just focusing on just merchandise, because everyone's out here wanting to cash out for designer and shit like that. I'm just like, I want to make my own shit.
Yeah. And that's a great way to put it out there visually. Like people see, what is that?
Yeah,
exactly. That's a great way to
build your brand.
Build the brand, and that's
Everybody needs clothes.
Everybody needs clothes. Everybody wants to wear something fly. And then if you see it, like it'll catch your attention. Like, what is Raza de Oro? Let me see what that is. And it's cool because it seems like now, like, the Voice Party, like everyone's building their own like network, and it could be anything. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to just be this. It doesn't have to be that. It's like we're all creating our own little TV stations and
radio stations,
different radio stations, whatever, of all a myriad of things, like it's not just this, it's you said,
and we need that, we need that, because we can't just rely on just mainstream media, because it's obviously controlled by certain individuals, and certain information is only going to make it to the public. So it's like, why not have our own researchers, have our own talk hosts, have our own videos, you know what I'm saying, to then spread the word to our community, you know what I'm saying, like how the Nation of Islam does it, you know what I'm saying? They go around and they pass out newspapers on their publications, on their opinions, and it's like, why can't we do that?
And especially right now with like the way the world's going, people are craving that. Like that's what I said on that other podcast, in the Moving Forward podcast. The reason why podcasts are so big right now, as an example, is because I think for the most part people are like not, I could say tired, exhausted by conventional TV, movies. You just kind of want to hear what the people are talking, what they're doing, and what they're wearing, and and that's that's just only gonna grow.
I think also people are the way that people take in their news, the editorials has changed. Like 30 years ago, somebody launching their own individual news hour or some sort of editorial similar like what we're doing right now
would be so hard.
Would be hard because it's like people then took their news through magazines and newspapers, and then TV. What was on the 7 o'clock news. But now everything's on your phone and everything. And a lot of these bigger news networks, I think, are having a lot of the traditional media, and this happens every time a new media starts to become the norm. The old guard is often too slow to move into the new space. Like when I scroll through Instagram or Facebook, I rarely ever see any ads or any kind of push for check out the CBS News Hour page,
or like
check out the
NBC
NBC page, check out the ABC News page. It's always like it's all these independent podcasters going, hey, I'm talking about the news this week, or hey, I'm talking about what's going on in the entertainment industry. Hey, I have a podcast on this specific subject. And I think that's because, you know, when the new wave hits, the executives who are in charge of the old wave are just kind of stuck, and they only know how to do business one way. And so that's the reason why, like, newspapers fall, because they're just too slow to. Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix before Blockbuster went under.
It's really.
They had enough capital, and they were thinking about
they thought
buying
it was a bad
Netflix.
idea.
They're like, nah.
And they were like, this will never work. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Blockbuster, we're not going to invest in a
Who's
company
gonna
that's
stream
going to be,
videos?
you know.
Well, they're like, who wants to get movies delivered? That was one of their things.
That was one of them, yeah.
And wasn't
they're
it?
like,
it was Netflix, no, that came up to them and was like, "Hey, can you bail us out?" Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
And Blockbuster was like, you guys are a trend that's going to be dead within a year. No, thank you. And then Netflix said, you know, that new wave. They
So
were
it's
too
kind of
slow
like
to
what's
jump on the
happening
wave.
with currency as well, right? So like Bitcoin, right?
Yes, now.
That's something you're big on.
Buy Doge.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Crypto,
Buy Doge. No.
Oh yeah, I actually have 9,000 Dogecoins.
Nice.
So
Really?
I hope it hits $1.
Me
at
too.
least.
Me too. I got like a thousand.
Isn't some country?
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But,
IRS is listening.
yeah, it's all good.
Isn't there some country generating their currency under cryptocurrency?
There's I think there. I
Russia?
know there are a bunch of countries that are looking into it, including our own. Actually, I know China
For sure.
is looking at it.
You think that's gonna save the
Japan.
world?
Save the world?
Or
No.
I think it'll save
Save it
bankers'
from-
pockets.
From what?
from like another
Pandemic?
or
Another crash?
I think that'll
Crash,
definitely
big
be an
crash.
argument they
Yeah.
make, right? They're going to go, everyone should invest in digital currency because physical dollars carry germs, which is true, they do. But like they'll make a bigger push for digital currency now that we've had the pandemic's going to be the flagship. For
there's actually statistics that even with the current U.S. dollar that we have, there's 70% of all transactions are digital already.
Yeah.
So that's more than half.
Yeah.
So that means that there's only 30% of money actually in circulation.
Yeah.
I bet you
Physical
that
dollars.
I bet you that all the southern states are the ones that are still holding on to dollar bills.
Probably.
I grew up in Arkansas, and like I remember, internet was like a big deal. Like when it first came out, not everybody had it. Not everybody had AOL. You were fancy if you had internet connection. I'm pretty sure out there in the boonies,
crazy.
it's the same.
Still got cash.
You know, still got cash.
That's crazy how we've literally seen that. Like, internet was not a thing at the house.
All right.
And now look at where we are.
That's what they're comparing this whole Bitcoin stuff to. Actually, they're like, it's as big as the .com boom. So that's why they're like, that's why I'm so intrigued by it, right? Because I'm like, man, if my parents would have been keen to this knowledge, right, to be like, oh, I'm going to invest into Microsoft, or I'm going to invest into these companies that are starting the internet. But when the internet was coming out in the 90s, people weren't believing in it.
No.
People were like, nah, what? Exactly the same situation as Blockbuster, right? They're like, nah, internet, nah.
It's going to be another Atari.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And then now look at it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be left behind personally. Yeah.
No, I'm with you there. Invest now. I would say, and I'm not a
Financial advisor. The
but
Voice Party is not a financial advisor.
We're not.
Mitigate your risk.
for me personally, I would say
Thank you for saying that.
I would say invest a little in Bitcoin, because the thing is that it's not like when you invest in stocks or commodities. You're betting on actual physical things, physical entities. Bitcoin is code, and it's up one day, it's down the next, depending on how many people are selling and buying, and it's unpredictable as heck. You know, there was a point in Bitcoin's history, if I recall, where it did, after getting up to thousands, drop down to zero for a hot second. And that's scary, right? One day you got 80 grand and you're like, woo, And the next day you're like, where'd all my money go?
Yeah.
And then you're wondering like, how long is it going to take for it to be worth something again? Do you just sit down and wait it out? So
it's very interesting.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
So I would say invest moderately, throw a few dollars here and there. Great. Don't get yourself totally left behind. That's my fault.
Once again, Voice Party is not a financial advisor.
Yeah.
The safest thing some people would argue would be like not to fool it at all, but I'm just like, a little bit of risk.
Because people have
You're
become,
seeing like wide adoptions from like huge firms, like bank firms and even PayPal, and like all these firms are like dumping money into it. So
when did you get into it?
This year,
During
pandemic.
the pandemic. Dang, you just like
I was like, fuck it.
Leveled up.
I got to.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, if that's how the wealthy do it, that's how the richest people do it. Like, why not try it out, And that's crypto and stocks and stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Do you guys know what Bitcoin is worth right now? Like one
40,000.
One Bitcoin?
One Bitcoin's worth 40,000.
Okay. I'll wait till my return comes in.
There's some dude who I've read plenty of stories about some poor guy who had, I guess it was like at one point 10 Bitcoin was enough to buy a pizza, so he spent his Bitcoin on pizza back when and it's like
Must have
had
been
you
a good
just
pizza.
held on
That's
to your
400,000.
but no one knew, right, that it was going to take off that way. It was just originally meant to be something that you use to trade online for things. Like I don't think a lot of people knew the potential that it had at the time.
Yeah.
So
did you hear about that kid who bought Bitcoin? Like, he was like 13, or I forgot how old he was, 18. But he was young, and when it first started, and he invested a lot of money into it, and now he's like a millionaire or something like that.
No, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I how many cryptocurrencies is there? There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's tons.
There's a lot. Yeah.
buy Doge. No, I'm kidding.
Buy Doge for sure. Yeah.
What's Doge? What is that?
Dogecoin is just like an alternate coin, so it's not like,
it's like
the Bitcoin's like the Godfather coin, like that.
The first one,
probably
the
gonna be
granddaddy.
the granddaddy, right? Yeah, that might be widely adopted, but who knows? Maybe all of it will be adopted too.
So you can start your own.
Yeah, there's no
technically
limit.
you can.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
no
so.
limit. As long if you have the computing power, you can just.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe a Raza de Oro coin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Hey.
Have you heard? Did you guys hear about Akon and him like starting his own city in Africa?
Yeah.
And he's gonna only use
Cryptocurrency?
Acoin. Yeah, he's only gonna use Acoin in his city. So I mean,
crazy.
right? Like it empowers kind of like the people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to take control of what they want.
Leveling the playing field with like major banks.
Right.
Yeah. The Voice Party coin, you buy it, you're minus 400.
Thanks, Voice Party.
Damn it! I'm just kidding.
Thanks, JD.
Shit. No, that's
This is how we finally overthrow the 1%. We just make our own currency.
It might
Sell
be.
it to them?
It might be.
Because it's like clearly the government's not going to help us, so we'll just do it ourselves.
Let's do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
You are also like a major force in the music industry right now, coming up, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've been studying music for 10 years, and I started off as a filmmaker, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I attended a local youth center called Rise.
Yeah,
you guys
Rise.
remember the Rise Youth Center?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know Rise,
Excellent
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
My homie Eddie works
Randy
there.
is the man.
Okay, for sure.
You know Eddie?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know Randy?
Randy. Yeah, I don't know. I knew Randy.
He was a former debate coach over at Kennedy. He was on my team.
Oh,
when I
what?
went there as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing amazing work in the community. I always see him at all like the rallies and stuff like that, just being there as like, a mediator, just making sure stuff's flowing at, rallies and stuff. So yeah, shout out Randy. But yeah, I started at the Rise Youth Center. Got into photography that then led into film. And then from film, I met, which is today like one of the most iconic Bay Area groups, which is called the HBK Gang.
Oh, HBK.
Yeah, so I met a member there, and from there, like, I started taking photos and started doing music videos and just soaking up a lot of game in terms of like the music industry and just learning how to make music as well. And yeah, I took beat production class at Rise as well. Ended up teaching a few classes at Rise, and then just studying. And then I just started publishing my work 2 years ago. So
Congrats. I actually checked out some of your stuff on Spotify, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, so I put stuff out under my name, Chito Floriano, but I also have placements on other people's albums, mostly on I Am Sue's albums. I have a record with Raven Justice right now as well. So yeah, I'm working, man. Just always working. Yeah, got to.
Can you describe your style?
My styles. The ones that I put out are super Bay Area for sure, you know, like got that Richmond bounce in it for sure. I actually just came out with a project too called OVNI with the artist name Delacio. It's actually a like Spanish R&B project. Yeah, so it's called OVNI. You can stream that on all streaming platforms.
Is that's UFO in Spanish, no?
It is, yeah. That's dope that you know that. Yeah, because we were doing an interview with Mind Motion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mind Motion. You saw that?
Motion.
Yeah, Mind Motion. He's legend, right? Like I was like starstruck when I seen him, bro. I was like, wow. Bro,
one of the best
that was recently
to ever do it.
That
was one of the best,
the best times, right? Like listening to that early morning, just going to school, right? Chewy Gomez with Mind Motion. Mind Motion. Yeah. But yeah, we were like OVNI, and they were like, "What is that?" It was like UFO. Yeah. And
what does it stand for? Objeto
volador. Something.
What's the acronym?
OVNI.
OVNI. OVNI.
But it's a UFO in Spanish.
Yeah, so the project sounds like a UFO.
Nice.
Yeah, which is why we named it that.
Yeah.
But mostly the artist. So I just produced all the records on there, so check that out once y'all get a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spanish R&B album that just dropped the first of this year. So
You just started producing your own music recently?
Well,
because you've been involved studying for 10 years.
Right, yeah.
But
so for 10 years studying it, and then like in the 2019 was my first publication with I Am Sue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I landed on his project, Boss Up 5, and then just studying and like not only studying like how to make music, but as well as just like the business and making sure that, you know, I have my publishing and my distribution and all that stuff.
Dang,
you know,
you're a whole unit, man.
Gotta be at this point, man.
Yeah.
You know, gotta get it out the mud.
You put it. Yeah, that's awesome though, because you don't need anybody. Like that's what it seems like you're working towards. You don't need anybody. I mean, not that you're not ever gonna need somebody, but
yeah,
you got it all. You got the seeds, the water, and the dirt.
Facts. Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
and you're young still. Like that. I can imagine where you're gonna be in 10 years, man. 'Cause the way you working and how like you. This is why I kind of wanted to have you on, because I know we don't know each other, but like, you are a perfect example of like. What have you been doing during the pandemic? You know, and it seems like you've only just, you know, like they say, they bury us, and you know they didn't know we were seeds.
They didn't know we were seeds, exactly.
Yeah.
Facts.
So,
the pandemic has been a blessing for me, honestly, in disguise. You know, and to go back on the health journey, like you know, my dad got diagnosed with stage 5 kidney failure, so that's one of my reasons why I go so hard as well in that realm. You know, because you know, it's sad, you know what I'm saying, to just see, you know, your superhero, you know what I'm saying, growing up, just like, you know, sick and having to live on a machine. And I know that it's a byproduct of the system that we live in, you know what I'm saying, and not only that, but it's like the habits, you know what I'm saying, generational habits and generational just eating habits, really, you know what I'm saying, and drinking habits as well, vices and whatnot, but yeah, I want to be the catalyst to change that, you know what I'm saying, for generations to come. So it's important to me a lot. And
you'll be undoing a lot of harm to your future, you know, family member, like your kids, your great grandkids. Because some of those traditions that we have are, especially Mexicans, some of them are unhealthy, man. It's funny. I forgot what comedian we know said tradition is peer pressure by our ancestors.
Damn.
And you know, it's speaking on like the health that you're talking about. Been working on a secret side project for a long time now with IOP video, and I like talking to people who are already, you know, in the shit, you know, because weight for me has been hard to lose, you know, and especially like I said, tradition, man. Tradition's a hard. It's a motherfucker. You know.
For sure.
There's nothing. There's for the most part. that's a thing that's hard to overcome more than anything. Like as far as life obstacles, it's that, because this is what you're brought up. This is what you're trained to know.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like how can you work against that when you have this in the back of things like holding you up, you know?
Right.
And when we do see like someone who kind of beat that generational curse or is winning the fight,
Yeah.
I feel it's important to like, yo, use this as a model, you know?
No.
'Cause,
I appreciate
you're
that.
probably teaching a lot of people stuff right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my household alone, like they've adopted like certain vegan, aspects. I mean, they'll eat meat here and there, but
when you're not looking,
when I'm not looking, right, when I'm not there to be like militant and on their ass about it, but
you come home and there's like blood everywhere. What are you guys doing?
but like I smell something.
Someone just died here.
But yeah, shouts out to the family because they support a lot. You know what I'm saying? We do it for my father mostly because we know you got to take care of my dad.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's no. And I was good thing. I know this is like off topic, but becoming vegan as a Mexican is not that hard because a lot of the
lifestyle that they come from is like what I strive for.
Right.
So like nopales and beans,
tortillas.
maybe a tortilla.
Yeah, and it's not that hard to like. Oh yeah.
It's like I've been eating this.
Yeah. It's like, why is he eating like we were poor back in Mexico? Like,
right?
But
yeah.
it's like
not knowing that they had like the best foods, you know what I'm saying? But hey.
And you got new music coming out, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I have a project, it's just a single with I Am Sue.
Nice.
It's called Stacks Up. I'm going through the mix and mastering right now. And I'm going to shoot the video as well. So just working on that.
You doing the video yourself too? You're directing
I'm probably going to direct it. Yeah,
Wow.
just direct it and then try to see who I'm going to collaborate with to bring the vision to life. But yeah, it's going to be coming out soon. I'm hoping to drop it maybe by March, probably, somewhere around there, around my birthday. Yeah.
Who's some of your musical influences?
Ooh. Producer wise?
Producer
Yeah.
or
Producer wise.
First, then rap.
Then rap?
Yes.
Okay. How many?
Five.
Five?
Usually go by
Yeah,
top
we
five.
usually go 5 because we do the films and we do 5. So yeah, we
Top
can start
five?
Top 5. And then since you said filmmaker, I kind of wanted to know like films too, since you have a filmmaker's eye.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you know my filmmakers one. I mean, it's kind of crazy because I'll go with the 5 producers. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with not in any particular order either. Timbaland.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
classic. Yes.
Starting off strong.
Pharrell.
Oh, yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Pharrell. Yeah.
Who else? I'm gonna go with Scott Storch.
All right. Yeah.
South.
Yeah.
Yep.
To keep it
Scott's
local.
Everybody.
I'm gonna go with I Am Sue because he's for sure one of my inspirations for sure.
Richmond native, right?
Yes, Richmond native for sure.
native.
We're gonna get him on the Voice Party too.
Oh.
Hey Sue, if you watching this, bro, hey, come fuck with them, bro.
Yep.
They're dope here.
Oh man.
And then the last one, dang.
Dr. Dre. No, I'm just kidding. I like your list because that's the one I haven't heard yet. Like Dr. Dre. That's usually
like on the list, right?
it's usually on everybody's list. But
if you want to be different, please be. It looked like you probably weren't even thinking about him for a second.
No, I
I'm
wasn't.
curious.
I wasn't. I'm trying
curious.
to search.
Should've
I'm trying to
shut my mouth.
search. I'm trying to search. Who is his name? Hit Boy.
Okay, yeah. Hit Boy has got some modern day bangers.
Yes, for sure. Hit Boy.
And he can rap. Who knew? I didn't know till like.
Well, most producers can rap. You know, that's how Dr. Dre did it.
That's
Speaking
true.
of Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
started off producing. And he was like, "I'm a rap."
is
That's
it
true.
yeah? Is it like sometimes they just have like they want to have that creative control on the beat side too? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's because like
It's just having full control of
Full
just
control,
everything, right?
yeah.
Because I know when I'm producing, like I can already kind of hear like a voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whether it's a melody or if it's a rap or whatever it may be, you kind of already hear it as a producer.
who am I gonna give this
Who am I
banger to?
exactly?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
myself.
Same as a filmmaker, you picture who you want in the scenes. Right?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So this is just an all around creative.
All around, yeah. I just feel like I'm an artist, you know, just and all around. Just I can't be boxed in, you know, and I don't know. I'm always like putting my head in the dirt and just learning, you know, from the ground up, regardless of what it is.
Now, I want to ask you about the film.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't get to top 5 rappers.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 rappers.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. We're
Jeez.
Top 5 after that. Top 5
films after that.
Taco flavors.
Taco flavors. Vegan tacos. Mushroom.
Independent podcasts.
Independent podcasts. Okay. Yeah.
Please, voice party. Please.
Voice party for sure. Top 5 rappers. Let's go. Sheesh.
Of all
a hard
time.
One.
Of all time? Nah, well,
your personal favorites.
Yeah, personal favorites. Yeah,
they could be current favorites.
They could be current or you know,
or even okay, for sure. I'm gonna go with Tupac. Yep. I'm gonna go with Big L.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with.
This is the hip hop encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Over here.
I'm gonna go with old school Lil Wayne for sure.
Yeah. Okay. The first Carter.
Yes, man, I like all his mixtapes too.
Back
like
when Geely the Kid was writing for him, yes.
Oh, sheesh, I didn't know that, but that's crazy. Man, Nipsey Hussle for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then, damn, I'm gonna say Eminem, bro, because Eminem had an impact on my life for sure.
For sure.
Like I listened to his album going to Mexico, bro, for 3 days straight in the car, in the truck. Like, I remember listening to his CD, bro, CD on the Walkman, bro, back to back. Just
Damn.
Which album?
I think it was the Curtain Call or something like that.
That's an old ass statement on the Walkman.
On the Walkman.
Yeah. Okay, Grandpa.
Hey, for you kids that don't know what that is, do your research.
Dude. You remember those CD players in your pockets?
The kids are all like, what are CD players?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's kids
that you would budge and then it would skip.
Yeah. You're going on a walk, you're washing the dishes, and then yeah. Man. Hey, it's been almost an hour, and I don't want to take too much of your time. Again, appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely.
Before you know we go, where can people listen to your music? Where can they follow you?
Yeah, absolutely.
They have questions.
Yeah. My DMs are always open. You can follow me on Instagram at Chito.Floriano.
I can attest to that because that's how I reached out to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey man, sorry to bother you.
I'm never bothered, man. I'm always willing to grow and build the network. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it for sure. Yeah. So on Instagram, I'm not really on Twitter, but you can also stream all my music, Chito Floriano, on all streaming platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
Hey, I thought Chito Floriano was like a stage name, like. Not that I didn't know. It was like, it sounds dope. Like,
yeah,
it sounds like
I appreciate it. Floriano's my actual last name. So,
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and Chito is just, a nickname that's been given to me since a youngin'. And everyone in the community knows me as Chito, though. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
You got any messages for anyone listening that, what you want to put out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone who maybe wants to change but don't know how?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, it starts with small steps. You know what I'm saying? I said this on a podcast that I was recently on too. Is I'm gonna always state this is that Nipsey Hussle's always been an inspiration, and it sucks that he passed away at such a young age and such a young time in his career because of the impact he was doing in his community and to everyone. It was inspiring. You know what I'm saying? And he always says like it's not a marathon or it's not a race, it's a marathon, right? So with that, I translated to take little steps every single day, you know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen overnight, you know what I'm saying? We're just so accustomed and used to, these overnight success stories, right? That it happened overnight, but we don't know the sacrifice that it takes for people, to really get there. Yeah. So just take it day by day. I could echarle ganas, you know what I'm saying? Echarle ganas. That's it. That's all I got to say.
That's a great message to leave off on, man. And, it's not a race, it's a marathon. Either way, your leg's gonna break. That's what I thought of when you were saying that. Like, I just hear running. I know it's running. All right, you guys. Thank you again, Chito, for coming, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
That's been the Voice Party.
The Voice Party.
Shout out.
Get it.
That's been the Voice Party. We're out.
Woohoo! Ooh, nice.
That was good radio, man. Thank you again, Chito.
Damn, that was lit. It's like a whole nother.